Imagine you saved up for 2 years. You scraped together every dollar, you skipped vacations, worked doubles, ran extra miles. Also, you could buy your own truck and finally be your own boss. You walk into the dealership. You've done your research. You know what that truck costs. And then the salesman slides a paper across the desk. The price is $40,000 higher than it was 18 months ago. Not because the truck changed, not because it got better, but because of something happening in Washington, D.C., something called tariffs. And here's the scary part. It's not getting better anytime soon. In fact, it might get worse. Today, we are breaking down exactly how tariffs are crushing trucking equipment prices in 2026, what it means for owner-operators, small carriers, and fleets, and what you can actually do about it. Stay with me because this one is going to hit different. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we cover the business side of trucking, the stuff that actually affects your wallet, your business, and your future in this industry. Today's topic is one I've been getting questions about constantly. Drivers, owner-operators, fleet managers, everybody is asking the same thing. Why is equipment so expensive right now? Why does a new semi cost what a house used to cost? And who is responsible for this? The answer leads straight to tariffs. Let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning because a lot of people hear the word tariff and their eyes glaze over. So let me make this simple. A tariff is a tax. That's it. When the US government puts a tariff on goods coming from another country, it means that anybody importing those goods has to pay an extra percentage on top of the price. So if a truck part is made in Mexico and costs $10,000, and the government slaps a 25% tariff on it, that part now costs $12,500 when it enters the United States. That extra $2,500 doesn't disappear. It gets passed down the chain. The manufacturer pays more, the dealer pays more, and guess who pays at the end of that chain? You do. The trucker, the carrier, the owner-operator trying to keep their rig on the road. Now here's what makes this especially painful for the trucking industry specifically. Trucks and truck parts are not made in one place. They are assembled from components coming from all over the world, and a huge portion of that comes from Mexico and Canada. So when tariffs hit those countries, and they have, the entire cost structure of building a commercial truck shifts overnight. Most people think American trucks are built in America, and that's partially true. But the reality is much more complicated. Yes, the final assembly of major brands like Freightliner, Kenworth, Peterbilt, and International happens in the United States. But the components, the engines, transmissions, axles, wiring harnesses, frames, sleeper components, those come from a global supply chain. Mexico is one of the biggest players. Mexico is a massive manufacturing hub for heavy vehicle components. Wiring harnesses alone, which are absolutely critical for modern trucks, are predominantly made in Mexico. We're talking about the complex electrical systems that run everything in your cab. Mexico produces a huge share of those for North American trucks. Canada supplies steel and aluminum, both of which are foundational to building any commercial vehicle. When the US government hits Mexico with Section 232 tariffs on heavy vehicles and hits Canada and Mexico with steel and aluminum tariffs, every single truck rolling off an American assembly line gets more expensive to build, and that cost goes straight to the sticker price. This isn't theory, this is what's happening right now in 2026. Let's talk real numbers because this is where it gets serious. Before the current tariff wave, a new Class 8 semi-truck, your standard 18-wheeler, was already expensive. We're talking anywhere from $150,000 to $180,000 for a base spec new truck, depending on the brand and configuration. Now factor in tariff-driven cost increases on components, steel, aluminum, and Mexico-sourced parts. Industry analysts and dealers are reporting price increases ranging from $15,000 to $40,000 per unit depending on the spec and how tariff-exposed that particular truck's supply chain is. That's not a small number. That's the difference between a deal that makes sense and a deal that doesn't. That's the difference between cash flow positive and cash flow negative in year one of owning your truck. And it's not just new trucks. Used truck prices are climbing too, because when new trucks get expensive, everybody floods the used market. More demand, same supply, prices go up. There is no escape hatch here. For fleets ordering 50, 100, 200 trucks, We are talking about millions of dollars in unexpected costs landing on their books. Some fleets have paused orders entirely, others are delaying equipment refreshes and running older, higher mileage trucks longer, which creates its own problems with maintenance costs and reliability. Here's something people aren't talking about enough. It's not just the truck purchase price. Tariffs are destroying the parts and maintenance side of trucking too. Think about every part that goes into keeping a truck on the road. Brake components, fuel system parts, turbochargers, electrical components, sensors. All of it comes from a global supply chain. A lot of it comes from Mexico, China, and other countries that are in the crosshairs of current US trade policy. When tariffs hit those parts, repair costs go up. And right now, repair shops are already dealing with a massive technician shortage. 54% of heavy-duty shops are understaffed according to a 2026 industry report. Less labor, more expensive parts, longer wait times. That's a brutal combination for any carrier trying to keep their equipment moving. For owner-operators running tight margins, a major repair hitting during a tariff spike could be the difference between staying in business and parking the truck permanently. And parts availability is getting tighter too. When tariffs make importing certain components more expensive, some suppliers reduce their inventory buffer. Lead times get longer. You might be waiting weeks for a part that used to show up in days. Now let's zoom out and connect the dots to the broader freight market, because tariffs on equipment don't just hurt the people buying trucks. They affect everyone in the supply chain. When carriers can't afford to replace aging equipment, capacity tightens. Fewer trucks on the road means shippers compete harder for available capacity. Spot rates go up. That sounds good for carriers who already have trucks. But it's a band-aid over a deeper wound. The trucking industry is already at a 10-year low for truck postings on load boards in 2026. Part of that is because small carriers and owner-operators who would have bought a truck and entered the market simply can't afford to do so anymore. The entry cost is too high. This is a long-term capacity problem. If new entrants can't afford equipment, the industry ages. Older trucks, higher maintenance, more breakdowns, more disruption. The freight market becomes less reliable and more expensive for everyone, including the shippers who are already dealing with tariff impacts on the goods inside those trucks. It's a spiral, and tariffs are one of the key things spinning it.